The guy that found the world was
the one
Ferdinand Magellan. The guy that found the world that was.
He found it wasn't flat, or he said it was flat.
Wrong.
That was round. Ferdinand Magellan.
Ferdinand Magellan. They left Spain in 1490 some. And he went to the Pacific. And he got lost. So he couldn't find his way around. There was 5 ships that left Spain. Okay, so they left Argentina, and they decided to go look for West Indies out in the Pacific.
The West Indies?
For 3 or 4 months they're out in the ocean with all the fish, and they couldn't catch the fish, so they didn't have no food. You ever hear of Guam? They landed in my village.
What?
March 6, 1521. So Ferdinand Magellan landed my village 1521. The original people, they call them Chamorro.
Chamorro?
Chamorro, like like
Samoan?
the Hawaiian or
Samoan.
Like Samoan, so they call us Chamorro.
Chamorro.
They're big, they're big like you.
And then you guys are smaller.
Well, because of the different mixture of people.
Oh.
So on that ship you got the Spanish, the French, the Portuguese, the British, and Basques. You know what's Basques?
Basques.
Basques is the people that was born between Spain and France in the mountain. So that's what they call them, Spain. Basques.
So what year did you serve? What year did you?
I served in the United States Army from August 16, 1965 until May 31st, 1987 when I retired.
So how many years total?
21 and 10 months. 21 and 10 months. Then I worked at McCullen, January 88 until 96 when they start closing.
So military's been most of your life. So you are feeling now. How do you feel about what's going on in the world right now?
Well, like me and your dad, like your dad was in the 50s. There was 9 million of us were put in. Just remember, the military was segregated.
Yeah, the military was segregated?
That's right. There was never a minority in the Marines until 1950 when President Truman signed the segregation law in 1949.
And separated. So that put the blacks over here, the Asians over here, the whites.
They used the black during World War I. The Americans took them to France, but when they got there, they gave the black to the French army.
What? So do you mean to say the United States took the blacks to France and said, here, y'all can use them?
Yeah.
Wow. See, that's history. That's stuff that we wouldn't know. And then how did they recover? Like, was it a difference from World War I to World War II?
Well, World War I, it's, the World War I is about Europe. Everybody fighting to get power.
Yeah.
So, you ever hear like this disease that we're having?
Yeah.
Well, who do we blame?
We blame Trump mostly.
Who?
We blame Trump.
Trump blames China.
Trump blames China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, in World War I, you ever hear the Spanish flu?
Yep.
Why did they blame Spain for that?
Wow. So, I don't know.
You know why?
Why?
Because Spain is the only country in Europe that was neutral. They didn't fight nobody, so who they gonna blame?
The people that's not gonna fight nobody. Blame it on the lesser guys.
Or blame it on France.
Because it could have been a French flu. It could have been a United States flu.
American
flu.
You got everybody, but they always blame somebody.
That's why it's the Spanish flu, and it killed a lot of people, right?
That's millions of people,
Millions. So Spanish flu is similar to what's going on right now, Corona.
So, I heard this a couple of weeks ago from a white lady. That why we blame the Spanish when we're the one that taking all these people around the world.
Wow. We're taking everything around the world.
Okay? So, President Truman signed that segregation in 1949. Sound like you ever hear the Army 101st or the 82nd Airborne?
149.
Those are, the one that's stationed in Fort Bragg. They're supposed to be the elite people.
Though from back in the days?
Yeah, back way. See.
Wait, I've heard of it in a movie.
Well, the 101st is the original people that own the 101st from Minnesota because it's the eagle.
Yeah.
The screaming eagle.
Yeah.
So the 82nd, the reason why they carry the flag, because then the World War II they got one soldier for every state that joined that 82nd. So that's why they wore the American flag. Because they put everybody from every state.
So
there was never a minority in the 82nd or 101st.
They all treated each other equal.
Because they're supposed to be the elite.
Yeah.
Well as the Marines.
Mm-hmm.
The only people that were put in the Marines, you ever hear the Navajo?
The Indians?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used the Navajo to communicate on the radio.
So they were like
when nobody will understand what they're saying.
Oh, because they had their own language.
They got their Navajo.
Right. So they shipped them overseas too to communicate.
Send them to the Pacific.
And all they had to do was just talk.
Talk.
And then eventually, they decoded their language too.
That's the only people.
So now today, how do you because you look very healthy. You look very. Wait a minute. Hold on. That is a staff that is a United States Army staff. Is there a story about that staff?
Well, I go to the VA and they give us, we buy this.
Yeah. So how many kids do you have?
Huh?
How many kids do you have?
I got 2 daughters, I got 3 grandsons.
3 grandsons. That's what's up. Because you see me, I look at life and I look at you can learn a lot from your elders. You can learn a lot, and the knowledge that you guys have can help somebody from generations to come. Let me ask you
this question: if you look at me, what's my DNA?
Well, I already know you from Guam.
Tell me my DNA. Take a guess.
DNA, male.
Okay, let me give you a DNA. I'm born in Guam in the Pacific. Okay, I got 900% from the Pacific and the island. I got 800 Spanish and Portuguese, 700 Native Indian.
Wow. These are all tribes that were in Guam?
Well, remember, everybody. At one time, there was no Europe. Why? Because long time, 1,000 years ago, Europe was filled up with ice and nobody lived there. So where do you think the people came from? They came from Asia.
Oh.
Just like Australia, there was no people in Australia because filled up with ice.
Right.
So the people that were there from Indonesia. So where do you think a lot of people come from? From Africa.
Africa. So
because
you know the truth.
That small island in Africa to Indonesia is 4,000 miles straight.
That's not that far.
So a lot of your celebrities, they all came out through that.
Wow. See, so how long, let me ask you this. How long have you known that the origin of man came from Africa?
Well, let me go back and, Alex Haley?
Yep, Roots.
His oldest son was in the Army,
Arthur Haley.
He was my instructor on race relations in 1975.
Wow.
They released the book.
Wow.
The book came out in 1977.
So you can say he truly did his history because there was a lot of
He went to Africa. He was a merchant marine. So he goes around the world, and that's how he started looking for his roots.
Wow. See that's more. See you so full of knowledge. So what did you have a nickname in the army?
Huh?
Did you have a nickname when you was in the army?
I started as a private, and then my last job was command sergeant major.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's command sergeant major?
Command
Sergeant major.
Oh, sergeant major. Command.
That's when you're in a line unit.
Mm-hmm.
You're in charge of all the people between 500 over 1,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
So I went all the way up.
So but did they have a nickname that they called you, or they called you by sergeant?
When you were platoon sergeant, they called you Smoke because I kick ass.
That's right.
I was a drill sergeant.
You were a drill sergeant? Can you still do it?
Oh yeah, which one you want?
Yeah, I can. Oh, this is good. This is good. What's the most disciplined one? What's the one that when everybody woke up and you want to get everybody riled up?
You just holler, kick the door, you know.
He got the music too. That's right.
This is where I was born. The village of Yamara. That's where Magellan landed, 1521.
Wow. I see it.
This is that's my rank.
That's a lot of medals.
Yeah.
That's a lot of medals. Can you still march?
Oh, yeah.
Can I see? This
went down in Monterey.
Mm-hmm.
4 doors.
Monterey, what year?
I started in 65 and retired 87.
Wow.
This is me and the commander.
Wow.
1998, the Spanish-American War.
Uh-huh.
What country or what island does America took?
In the
98 Spanish-American War.
Spanish-American War, what did it take? I don't know.
America took over Puerto Rico, Guam, Hawaii, the Philippines during the Spanish, and Cuba. So those all belong to Spain. So America took those lands from the Spanish.
So America was taking a lot of people's. They got a history of taking a lot of people's land.
Yeah, they took. Tell their friends, everybody go take the land from people. Remember, the people that own the land are people like me, brown and I'm black.
Yeah. So they took it, and that goes for Indians too.
They say they give us freedom. How the hell you give me freedom? I've been free before you get off the boat.
I've always been free. All right, so
okay, Curtis.
So can you send us off with a march?
Huh?
Can you send us off with a march step? Bam.
This is my weapon.
Uh-huh.
I'm a port arm.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Then forward, port, horn. Forward, port. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
And he's out, y'all.
Rear.
OG Smoke.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And he's back.
1, 2, 3, 4. True. Halt. Order. Horn. Left. Face. Right. Wrist. That is. Okay.
Go. Can you say dirty weather,
Huh?
gone. Like dirty weather and then gone. That's my saying.
So when you walk running, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go the cadence running, so that's 180 steps per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go.
There we go.
All the